Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Introducing Fidelity Trader Plus, the next generation of advanced trading from Fidelity. Customize your tools and charts and access them seamlessly across desktop, web, and mobile. For faster trades, anywhere you go. Try the all-new Fidelity Trader Plus. Learn more about our most powerful trading platform yet at fidelity.com/trader plus. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
The following is a Red Apple Podcast Network presentation.
They say this is a big, rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it.
Welcome to Dominic Carter's podcast. This is Dominic Carter's City Hall. Now, here's Dominic Carter.
Red Apple Podcast Talk Radio 77 WABC. You can listen to me weekdays 3 to 4 p.m. live, then back again live weeknights, midnight to 1 a.m., plus on Sundays 11 p.m. until 1 a.m. The King Day celebration at Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx, which I was part of as their moderator. Did you know Lincoln Hospital is home to one of the premier trauma centers in the nation? The emergency room here alone handles an astonishing 168,000 visits each year. In charge of Lincoln Hospital is a phenomenal leader, Chief Executive Officer Cristina Contreras. To say she has transformed obstacles into opportunity would be the understatement of the year. This proud Dominican woman started in social work and has not only led Lincoln, but also North Central and Metropolitan hospitals, breaking barriers and raising standards along the way. She is visionary, resilient, and the real deal. A leader whose impact is felt in every life saved and every family served. This is my podcast. Let's go. Dominic Carter here, back in the community of which my start came from, the Bronx Lincoln Hospital. My mother lived literally right across the street from the hospital. And the great honor that I have right now is to talk to the woman that runs all of this. And she is the CEO, Cristina Contreras. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Dominic. It's a pleasure for me.
Of course. You have serious credentials in terms of you ran North Central Hospital here in New York City, Metropolitan Hospital, and now you're here at Lincoln Hospital.
Yes.
So let me start this way. The choice of venue. Why was it vital for you, Madam CEO, to hold this conversation here in the heart of the South Bronx? We know that Lincoln Hospital has a rich history, but why was it important to have this here?
Well, like you said, this is an iconic hospital, and it means a lot to have, being that this was the landmark of social justice. Lincoln was founded first as the first hospital for Black New Yorkers, and our very existence was a protest against a system that denied people care based on the color of the skin. And we represent the opposite. We're here for every New Yorker, regardless of ability to pay, immigrant status. So I think it's important.
So you see that walking through the lobby, you see New Yorkers of all different races. Do you feel a lot of pressure as the CEO of the hospital?
Always. You always feel pressure because it's a responsibility to represent all.
Absolutely. And it's not easy. And the buck stops with you on everything.
Absolutely. And I take every decision that I make very careful. I always make decisions based on my heart, and I try to always be fair to everyone.
How have you come this far in your career? A CEO, a woman, all of these different hospitals. How have you succeeded when, frankly, so many others fail?
Well, it's about persistence. It's about having a goal, making sure that you take all the necessary steps to obtain your goal. I didn't always dream to be a CEO. That was never in my journey. I have a background in social work, and I always wanted to serve others, help others. And, helping people there's a lot of different ways to help others. So it's not necessarily that I wanted to be a CEO, but I just completed a milestone of 30 years in healthcare.
Wow.
30 years in healthcare, and all I've done is serve people in different capacities. And obviously, because I work so hard and I always dedicate myself to others, I think it's a blessing. And I've been very successful. And God put me here in this capacity to be, I guess, more of an advocate and continue to represent everyone.
I speak at a lot of conferences around the country, and the audiences include social workers and so on. How does one go from social work to a CEO?
I have to tell you, I get that question a lot. And I also always say, even though I'm not necessarily exercising the career as a social worker, I think that in my heart, because I'm a social worker, it makes me a better leader. I like to listen to people. I offer a lot of different spaces or forums so people can voice their concerns. I'm not shy. I don't shy away from the truth. I like to hear people's real perspective to see that I can be a more effective leader. I think being a social worker makes me a better leader. It was in my journey. You don't see a lot of social workers, CEOs.
You don't.
No, you see nurses, you see doctors, you see other professions, CFO, business. Very rare you see a social worker become a CEO. So I'm very proud to represent all women, to represent social workers, to represent leaders out there, and to represent minorities altogether.
So, personal reflection. The theme is your MLK journey, right? The event that you had. I'm just curious, how has Dr. King's vision personally influenced your leadership style here as the CEO of Lincoln Hospital?
Excellent question, Carter. I think it goes back to what I was just saying. Dr. King famously said that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are we doing for others, right? What are you doing for others? And I think as a CEO, my journey has always been about helping, identifying the staff as a priority. We always say in healthcare and in our business, customer service, the patient's always right, and we're not denying that, but someone has to take care of the staff. Someone has to be there for the employees to make sure that they feel supported, that they have the resources they need to do the work to continue to put patients first. Because I can come here and say, oh, patients are always first, and but meanwhile, I don't take care of my staff. You're not first to me. Nobody cares about you. That is a contradiction. So I really take that very serious, and I make sure that the staff feels heard, valued, supported, and that they add value to everything that we do.
Well, it's clear that and I'm a good judge based on instinct. It's clear that you're remarkable. And when you look at your career resume, how does the hospital's mission to provide care, regardless of status or income, fit into the broader civil rights movement?
Thank you for those words, Carter. I just have to say that being, for me, being in several hospitals, but being here at Lincoln, it really gives me a different perspective. We serve in the South Bronx. And like Dr. King stated, of all the forms of inequality, injustice of healthcare is the most shocking and the most inhumane. We are literally answer to the injustice here at Lincoln. We do that. We make sure our mission in health and hospitals, especially Lincoln, is to treat everyone regardless of their ability to pay, their immigrant status. It's a radical act of civil rights. It validates the human right to life. We address social determinants of health, the housing, food, safety. We continue to work of the civil rights movement by breaking the cycle of poverty, illness and disproportionate affect our community. So we're very committed, not only internally to the improvements that we make here to help the patients, but we are very committed to the community. I personally have a lot of connections with the community. I understand the importance of understanding the needs out there so we can adapt in the hospital and see what are the realities of what the community needs. It's not about what we wake up one day here and say, oh, the community needs this. No, we collaborate, we engage the community, we bring them into the hospital. I always refer to Lincoln as a hospital without walls, because the reality is it's not about just inside. We don't make decisions. I don't make decisions by myself. I collaborate not only with the staff, the clinical leaders here, but I also collaborate with the community. Their voice have a lot of impact in the things that we do and the improvements that we make. Because I can make an improvement that I think is necessary, and guess what? The community doesn't agree with me, and they don't care. But the community is part of us, and they're part of our voices.
So you had a great turnout for your event. And for your King Day event, if you will. And what do you hope, now that it's over, what do you hope that the staff took away from hearing those diverse leaders speak at your event?
Well, it's always important for the staff to feel part of something great. They are part of something great here in this hospital. We do miracles every day.
You do.
But with this event, I hope that they felt that they're, a sense of purpose, like a refreshed sense of purpose. I want them to realize that we're not just coming to work. We're really part of something bigger and part of the historical movement, that they are part of the legacy that Dr. King wanted to create. And I think we are. A lot of people that I see in the hallways, my team, my trauma team, they're here to better everyone's life. We want good outcomes. We want the patients to feel important. They feel like this is their home. Patients come here. It is their home. They come here and we do everything possible. And I think this forum, this space, gave them a refresh sense of how much they mean to the community, strength and solidarity. I think that seeing all these leaders and the former governments in the room, I want them to feel supported. I want them to see how much we're not alone here and we're trying to do something bigger and continue the fight for the Bronx.
I have two questions and then I'm done with you, Madam CEO, because you have to get back to your busy schedule. Do you ever stop and think about, sometimes on your way into work, sometimes when you're at home, that you literally make life or death decisions every day and that the buck stops with you?
Every day. And let me tell you something. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not, I think God has blessed me more than I deserve. I'm not a religious person, but I never pray so much. I pray every day. I pray every day on my way to work because I think what we do is important.
I close this way. So you're a female CEO of a major hospital in New York City. You're a Latina. You are a history maker, whether you acknowledge that or not, in terms of starting out in social work. There's a young girl somewhere, either here in New York or listening around the country. Why are you watering up? Getting emotional?
No, because it has, it's important what we do.
Wow. And you're starting to sob a little bit, but those are tears of joy and pride.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. You're the real deal. So what do you say, my last question, and I don't mean to get you emotional. What do you say to the young girl that might be listening to you right now that's, 10, 11, 9, 10, and here it is, you're a major CEO. What do you say to these young girls coming up?
Oh, I always try to be a mentor and a sponsor of the youth. I actually collaborated, like going back to the collaboration with the community, I collaborated with local colleges. So we have interns and I make sure that we pay them to have an experience so they don't have to choose, because when I was younger, I had to choose. You need a job and you need to do your internship. Here they can do both, right? And the reason I do that is because I like to support the youth. The youth, they need to know that we're there for them. I want them to choose careers. I want them to have choices. I want them to know that we're here to support them. And even though I'm one of the first Dominicans in this position, in a high-level position as CEO of a hospital in the United States, I'm the first, but I shouldn't be the last. I need more. I need more people like me. I need more women, minorities, Black women to feel and to see themselves represented in these positions, because I didn't see anybody like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't either. So, Madam CEO, I got to tell you, as I know you know, I do a lot of interviews, but you just stuck with me. The fact that you're the real deal. You walk into the room, you don't have 8 people around you walking into the room with notepads. You walk in yourself. You're the CEO. You stood here and got emotional talking about your pride and what you do. So you're the real deal. Thank you so much, Madam CEO. You are remarkable. And I got to tell you, I talked to a lot of major politicians, but you're up there in terms of the real deal. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you so much for this interview and this opportunity. And thank you for participating today in our event. I really appreciate it. And I hope that Martin Luther King's family and everyone feel proud that we continue his legacy.
What a remarkable Chief Executive Officer, Cristina Contreras.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts, it knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief, and it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI, it's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
And that is all the time we have for this episode. You can listen to me, Dominic Carter, weekdays 3 to 4 p.m. live, then back again live again, weeknights, midnight to 1 a.m., plus on Sundays, 11 p.m. until 1 a.m. Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77, WABC.
I gotta make it.
Dominic Carter Socials on Twitter at Dominic TV and Facebook and Instagram. Dominic Carter TV. Email at dominic.carter@wabcradio.com. Until the next episode, be well. And as Dominic always says, stay positive. The glass is always half full, never half empty. Dominic Carter City Hall.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Car shopping shouldn't feel like preparing for a marathon of paperwork. That's why Carvana makes buying and financing your car easy. From start to finish, search thousands of vehicles with great prices. All online, all on your time. And when you're ready, your new car shows up right at your door. It doesn't get better than that. Buy your car the easy way. On Carvana. Delivery fees may apply.